Greetings to Podcastville, Monday, March 25th, you bad motherfuckers. The church is brought to you by, let me ask you a question. Don't you want to get your cool ideas into a new website, showcase your work, maybe publish or blog some content, sell products and services of all kind? Let me tell you something. You can do it all with Squarespace.com. Beautiful templates created by world-class designers. Powerful e-commerce functionality that lets you sell anything online with the ability to customize the look and feel, settings, products, and much more with just a few clicks. Everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box. So do me a favor. Go to squarespace.com for, listen, a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use offer code CHURCH, CHURCH, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, free. That's squarespace.com. Enter code CHURCH. Wait, it's not free. You get a free trial, and then you save 10% when you're ready to rock and roll, all right? That's what Squarespace is all about. The church is always brought to you by, listen, MyBookie. The first week in the NCAA tournament is the greatest betting event of the year. And you're sitting there again, broke, thinking, should I? Whether you're filling out brackets, picking out national champions, predicting first-round upsets, or all of the above, MyBookie is the perfect home for you. Do me a favor. Deposit with MyBookie today. Not tomorrow, not Wednesday. I don't care if you got to borrow from fucking grandma. $100 promo code. If you put in a yardstick, you get 50%. So that's $150 fucking dollars to get your motherfucking party started. Go to MyBookie today with promo code CHURCH for a 50% sign-up bonus. That's promo code CHURCH with MyBookie. You play, you win, you get motherfucking paid. And that's all that matters. Am I lying to you or not? Speaking about getting paid, listen, it's time you think about your future. A lot of you guys are young. Robinhood is the way to go. They're an investment app that lets you buy, sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free. Commission-free. While other brokerages charge up to $10 per every trade, Robinhood doesn't charge any commission fees, so you can trade stocks and keep all the profits. That's what I'm talking about. Plus, there's no account minimum deposit needed to get started, so you can start investing at any level. With Robinhood, you can learn how to invest in a market as you build your portfolio, and that's the most important thing. So what Robinhood's going to do is going to take the church family and give you a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help you build your portfolio, okay? It starts by you going to church.robinhood.com. Again, church.robinhood.com. Uncle Joey's always looking after you, right? Lee, kick this motherfucking mule. Felipe Esparza in the motherfucking house, one of the best in the business.
What's up, Pooh?
You know me, dog. Looking at you, looking how fucking old you're getting. I knew you when you were a baby with a short, trim haircut. Look at you now and shit. Look at you now.
Look at you right now, man, with fucking plantar fasciitis.
You were still, what, in your heels?
No, my plantar fasciitis. Yeah, the heels, yeah.
Yeah, who the fuck you think you're dealing with? You don't think I know about fucking parts
I wear Birkenstocks all day.
You know I snuck into a couple fucking medical classes when I was in college.
I'm having sex doggy style with a fucking stepping on a tennis ball.
So both your feet hurt?
No, just one.
Which one?
The one on the left.
Okay, so did they give you a cortisone shot yet?
They give me shit, bro. Everyone's a doctor.
Oh, yeah, you got to go to the doctor.
I'm doing this all by Google.
Let me tell you what happens. The heel tightens up. And then when it starts to get really bad, Felipe, when you get up to pee at night, that's when you feel it. As you get up the first time, it's a pain that's unbearable.
Unbearable, bro.
Unbearable. And what it is the sac that develops. It's a bursa. So what you have to do is either you have to, and it's easy. You go to your doctor. He gives you a referral to a foot doctor. You go. They feel the bursa. They do some x-rays, and they give you two options. They give you the options of a cortisone shot, and then you put the fucking orthotics in. Let me tell you what I do. Put the orthotics in, stick to them religiously. If you switch shoes, put them on. Avoid fucking dancing disco shoes. Avoid fucking merengues. Avoid quinceañeras. You cannot wear those shoes. You got to wear you're getting to an age where somebody goofed on it. Some young comic goes, I love to see these men with their New Balances. Let me tell you something, bitch. On Thursday mornings and Sundays when I'm walking through those airports, I got New Balances on. with the orthotics in it because you walk 2 miles at the fucking airport. I walked 8 points on fucking Thursday, and I think I walked 7 on Weight Watchers. I swear to God, that's how much you walk at these fucking airports. So for all that, and then I had to stand on my feet on the weekends.
Yeah.
So I had it when I was young because I used to run with Converse sneakers, and I got bad.
Yeah.
And the first time they shot me, and then they put orthotics in. Then over the years, I threw the orthotics away. I gained 150
But
pounds.
you're talking about plantar fasciitis, right?
Yes, yes.
So you must have had it really, really bad.
I had it in both feet, but in the
At the
left
same
one,
time?
in the left one
Because
that you
it
could walk.
starts at the heel, not the heel, but the middle of your foot, right? You
way
gotta rub that.
the way you're walking.
You have
So
flat
it's-
feet?
No, but I got gorilla feet.
You do?
I couldn't. I've worn New Balance my entire life. I have flat. I can't do shit.
You're a nationalist.
And it's really weird. I was thinking of going to the Good Feet store.
Yeah.
They advertise a lot. But the problem with that is it's like people who buy nose clips, sleep apnea. You still got to go get diagnosed. You could buy all the fucking pieces online for $36.95, and you're going to put them on for 2 or 3 weeks, and then you're going to take it off, and your sleep apnea is going to get worse. And that puts a big strain on your heart. So you got sleep apnea, just go to the fucking doctor. The mouthpiece that you buy online for $9.99, that's not going to work. That's a Band-Aid on a fucking, and you're going to have to pay for it later on. With that Plantar shit, if you can't walk, Felipe, you can't work.
Yeah.
We do stand-up comedy. So I'm telling you this because mine just started acting up about 4 weeks ago. And ever since then, bro, at the gym, when they're running, I tell them there's no running. I'll get on the air machine bicycle. And if they're doing something, I just do hip escapes in jiu-jitsu. I can't run without those orthotics on. Forget it. No more jumping rope. No nothing like that. Like, I don't go for none of that shit because it just makes it worse. And that hour on stage, I think it started for me at 45 or 46. Those 2 hours on stage affect you. You don't feel it till later on.
Especially wearing bad shoes.
If you're wearing bad shoes, because when you're doing comedy, you're throwing your energy at them. But it starts by grabbing the energy from the floor. It's a really weird thing to say to people that are listening. You're thinking, what the fuck is Joey talking about? Is he eating pills again? No. You'll see as you get it more and more into comedy and you're headlining theaters and venues and that you actually find yourself ripping the fucking floor. You know? So at the end of the night, when you sit down and go to get back up to take pictures, you're like, wow, my legs are fucking sore. Yeah, because you just were pulling energy from your legs the whole fucking time, you know. So it's pretty interesting.
So I got a little like a tennis ball size plastic ball with a bunch of spikes, and I just rub my feet on there like forever.
Yeah, that's good. You get your rest them, you put on them, or just a ball.
And I wear Birkenstocks pretty much all day. It hurts. It helps.
Good. That's not good.
Because it hits my palm of my foot every day.
But the foot adjusts. You can't have the foot to adjust. You have to have that thing in the fucking
So you have wide feet then?
I got everything. I got 5 feet. I got a fucking ingrown toenail. I got a hook. I got a fungi toenail. I even took a picture of the fungi toenail.
You never take care of that?
What?
The fungi toenail.
Oh, I dipped it in everything. Ammonia.
Bro, you gotta
fucking Dracula blood.
You're just the one talking about going to doctors. Go to a doctor.
My shit was fucked up, bro. Like, my shit was like, damn, like, you ever seen a broken lollipop?
Yeah.
That's how my nail looked like.
Jesus.
A lemon.
I'm gonna show you, Lee, what the picture.
I don't know if I want to see that.
I got mine too, bro. I got pictures of my old nail.
I took pictures.
I will take my socks off.
Of the shavings I found.
Bro, I remember being at girls' houses with my socks on.
Look at that.
The pool with my socks on.
That's disgusting.
That's it.
Bro,
looks like an 8-ball of coke. Look how much I shaved off my feet.
That's your foot?
That's my foot. I put it there and I take the fucking.
That's your nail black?
That's the fucking table, you fuck.
I was like, fuck.
He scrapes it off.
I got like a fucking footstool, and I cut the nail, and I cut all around. And then
So you have an ingrown toenail too?
No. I used to, years ago, when I first moved to Colorado in '83. I wanted to buy the place that I sued.
You sued somebody?
I sued this place.
Larry H. Parker, coño.
It was the front of their business. I slipped in front of the front of their business, then I sued them. And then a month later,
But like,
I went in there to buy sneakers because they had Adidas cheaper than anybody else for like $2 cheaper than across the street. But I went in there and
$2?
Yeah, like instead of 34, it was 32 in those days.
is it like the same thing you did like back in your hometown when you were jumping in front of cars in front of the Cuban restaurant?
You know what? It wasn't me.
Your cousin told me it was me. He goes,
No.
yeah, my cousin Joey will hang out right there, and it was a favorite Cuban restaurant, like big ballers, and a lot of Cuban ballers would pass by with their cars, and he said Joey and his friend would jump in front of the cars.
I had a friend of mine, Armando. I forget what his last name was.
Mandito.
God rest his soul. I just heard about 4 years ago that he became a professional at getting hit by cars.
Jesus.
And then he would shake you down for like 10,000 cash. And one day he got hit and killed. So there's no business. There's no career fucking ending in that. You're gonna get hit by. You're gonna time a car wrong. Maybe you got a couple pills in you, and you hit the fucking bumper, and there you go. Your head gets squished.
He got hit by a hearse.
No. I did the slip and fall one time, and that was it. It was so fucked up. Like, it's so fucked up how corruption works. Like, you're looking at this thing that happened with USC and these kids and William H. Macy and all this shit, and you look at how many people were involved. Fucking coaches again, racketeering. You know what that means, Felipe? That as soon as you make bail, and let's say I put the bail up for you, and we turn around and you go, let's go talk. Let me buy you lunch. As soon as you give me your credit card to use it, it don't work no more. Then when you go to your bank to try to get cash, they'll tell you your accounts are seized. That's the feds. That's racketeering. Your life has changed.
Damn.
You're doing time. You're doing something. Those people got $1 million bail. They're doing something. But I don't know how I got on this with you. What the fuck? I gotta stop smoking that reefer.
Corruption.
Corruption.
That's how corruption works. You got to think about, and I'm not saying nothing bad about them because they weren't. You have the #1 show on television.
Modern Family?
In 1987, you got the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
I don't know how many affidavits I read where he tricked them in the trailer at NBC. You mean to tell me not one security guard seen bitches walk out of there with their hair all fucked up, with their eyes crossed? There has to be so many people for shit like that to go down.
That happened?
Yeah, it happened. Yeah. He had
During the
people-
show?
Yeah, he would take women to the trailer, and then all of a sudden they'd get a headache. He'd put like some fucking voodoo spray in the air, and they'd get like a headache. There's got to be some chemical that gives you a headache, and then he'd give them pills, make them drink it, and lay down. Who does that? Who does that? If your wife comes to my house and she goes, I got a headache, I give her 2 aspirins and put her on her way. Who's going to tell you to lay down? Unless, how severe could the fucking headache be?
I know, right? Come lay down in the blankets.
How severe can the headache be that you have to lay down?
How big was the trailer?
Yeah, so on top of that, there had to be a security guard outside the trailer. There's
G.
a
Riley.
security guard outside the building. There's just so many people, and that's what, it's got to be some type of conspiracy. All that, all of us watched Never Neverland. Did you watch it?
I haven't seen
Escaping Neverland.
Okay, Escaping Never Neverland. When you watch it, yeah, it's about Michael Jackson raping kids, but you have to look at it from a different perspective. You have to look at it from the perspective of,
it. Yeah, he was already tried. and
licking little
not
kid's
into-
asshole. When the little kid said that, he bent me over, he licked my anus.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, bro. The kid said,
Sully McCullough.
you said, he goes, you know what it takes a kid to have, he realized years later he had Michael Jackson's penis in his mouth. And he was a 10-year-old fucking kid,
Another kid is gone.
No, it's a fucking nightmare, but
How about the parents, though, letting them, though?
Yeah.
Would you let your daughter go over there?
what?
Your daughter over there hang out with fucking
No.
Jonah brothers.
Listen, you have people that you're friends with, but you always keep your eyes on your kids. You always keep your eyes on your
You always
kids.
got that crazy uncle, man.
I got a daughter now. In about 2 years, she's gonna start telling me she wants to go to sleepovers. I'm not gonna be able to sleep that night. I gotta be parked outside the fucking house, or I gotta have my wife tell her the bad news that she's not allowed to go over there. It's a different time now. Listen, man, I came from a society. Somebody touches your daughter, you gotta put a bullet in them. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. You got to shoot him in the leg. You got to send a fucking message. You're going to wait for the cops to prosecute him, then they bring him back and they move him to another fucking town as a gym teacher, and that fucking place doesn't do the background check? Is that what you... And that's what happens.
That reminds me.
How do you think these people keep doing what they're doing?
People stay quiet.
It's a short fucking...
They're embarrassed.
I just heard a great story. I just was in Buffalo, and the guy at the casino was telling me a story that they hired a girl, and he goes, it takes 30 days to get hired here because of the extensive background check. He goes, the first day they hired this girl, and they sent her to Canada to make a pickup. She got stopped at the border. She had a felony. They said, you got to turn around and don't even ever try to come back here again because we'll fucking throw you in jail. He goes, the background check, how good was the background check? They didn't find the felony, whether it was from 12 years ago. They only look back 10. It's like when you go to the doctor and give them a fucking physical. And all of a sudden one day you're like, I got cancer. Well, I gave blood tests. Oh, but we didn't check for that. Then what the fuck do you take the blood test for?
Right.
To check for what? My lips sinks, whatever the fuck it is. Red blood. You gotta, because of money things, they don't go farther the distance. I haven't been touched by a cop in 15 years. So now I think if you draw me up, all that shit doesn't really come up unless they look extensively. And that's when the real Jose Diaz raise your hand. Will the real Jose Diaz stand up?
Well, I mean, it's scary. I mean, with all these Uber drivers getting accused of stuff that happened. An Uber driver went on a murder thing a couple years ago and picked up riders in between. It was in Michigan, I think. Like, he would kill some people, go pick someone up, do a couple rides, and go kill. Like you can't trust anybody anymore.
Fucking 9 cab drivers had committed suicide in New York in the last year because of financial struggles, because of what Uber has done to the cab driver. And there's two sides to the story.
You got 10 guys sharing one car.
There's two sides to the story. The problem with the cab drivers is that, when you get in the cab right off the bat and you flip the thing, it's like $6.
Bam.
To get into a cab. And then it's another, when you get into Uber saves you a little bit of fucking money, and they're everywhere. Uber's everywhere now. I'm not mad at Uber. I'm not mad at Uber at all.
I'm not mad at
You know what? I use Uber and Lyft, both of them. Me tremendous. Short distances, long distances on the road, they save you fucking time and money.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's cheap. And sometimes it's fucking expensive. But I know if I take a cab from my house to LAX, it's $120. I know if I take an Uber XL, the one that Lee tells me with the extra trees, it's $67.
Yeah.
70. 4 in the morning, 60. I got a fucking car Uber home the other day for $39 on Sunday because I got 50% off for some reason.
Right.
They throw you little fucking gifts and bonuses, so I ain't mad at Uber. Sometimes I worry about who the driver is, if he just came from raping his mother, if he just came from a bar in the 22 Kamikaze.
Don't start talking too much.
But
I used to be an actor.
So far, I've had mediocre Uber drivers. I had an Uber driver, dog, that I felt bad for him, but I also respected him with all my heart. He was a guy that worked as blah, 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 and made ta-ta-ta for 20 years, and he got old, and they laid him off. And he has a family now in the college, to college kids, he was telling me. So I go, what's your schedule? And he goes, I come out here at 5, and I hang out till about 11, and then I go home for 3 or 4 hours, and I do like 3 to like 8 o'clock at night. He had waters in the car. He had 2 plugs for you to charge your phone in. He had mints in the car. He asked you what music he wanted. For him, the Uber experience was, I gave him like 18 stars.
Right.
Because it's a nice thing. In the old days, if you needed $200 a week, you sold Quaaludes. Now you can pick up 6 people in Uber and make 2 bills.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. It's just it's all about who. Because I had one where some guy was, no joke, watching TV while he was driving me home.
I had a woman. I had a man. He picked me up, and then I forgot my sunglasses in his car. So I didn't think about it. And then I was talking to my driver in the morning. I got picked up by a similar car like this, and I left my sunglasses inside. Then she goes, "Are these your sunglasses?" She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "My husband picked you up. Him and I, we share the car. He drives for 8. I drive for 8 hours in the morning. He drives for 8 hours at night.
Jesus.
It's crazy. It's crazy what the
But I
phenomenon.
got my fucking sunglasses back. Eh?
It's crazy what the Uber phenomenon is.
Yeah.
Like, I can't fucking believe it.
I got picked up by David Faustino, bro.
Who's that?
Bud Bundy.
No, you didn't.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, a lot of people started doing it. I guess Dunkelman started doing it to get publicity.
Yeah.
Martin Rizzo does it.
Who?
Martin Rizzo.
Does he?
For comics and kids.
I tell you what,
great.
man. If I'm a comedian and I'm starving right now, you got no excuse if you got a nice car.
No,
If you got you go to your
They'll give
parents.
you a car. You can rent a car.
You go to your parents and go, listen, man, I know I've been busting your balls for years.
need an eighth.
Give me a fucking, let me get a $2,000 loan to put down on a nice car. And I'll fucking Uber for a living, whatever it is. And you know what's good about Uber? You're sitting there watching TV, nothing's going on. You go Uber for 2 fucking hours.
Fuck yeah.
You know, you're bored. You're back by your house. You want to go eat. Maybe you want to go to the gym. You jump in there. You could have a great fucking life on Uber and Lyft if you're doing both.
You can do all the,
I know people who hustle on it.
the
so
food delivery services are good.
I love it. I love the fucking whole concept.
Man, Lyft driver have the funniest Lyft stories, man. If you ask him, man, what the craziest shit happened in your car? And I spoke to this guy, and he said he picked up a little person, and the little person like was drunk.
Just say fucking midget. Okay?
Well, he picked up Brad Williams,
He's
and
embarrassed.
and then he
Why you gotta
said
say Brad Williams?
And
Say
then he
midget.
said
I love Brad.
picked
Now
up
Brad's
a
gonna
midget and
think I don't like
he
him. I
picked
love
up a
Brad. I
midget
just say midget. We
he
don't.
picked
We're
up a
not
midget,
politically
and
correct here.
he said the midget wanted to take him to breakfast. The old man said, "Nah. I'm gonna eat breakfast with my wife. Come on, man, take you to fucking breakfast." He said the midget stood up and started strangling him from the back seat, bro, standing up. Like Chucky, pretty much. So what happened, man? I saw a police officer that pulled up right next to him. They arrested his little
I'm
ass.
definitely if I'm an Uber or
I
Lyft
said he should have
driver,
opened the sunroof
Yeah.
and shut him out like a fucking cannon.
if I'm a fucking Uber or Lyft driver, number one, I got 2 cameras in my car.
Fuck yeah. But it's illegal. You can't
There's
do
no-
that, though.
those-
Yes, you can.
yes, you can. You just gotta let
I'll have a
them,
recorder, bro.
you just gotta let them know.
yeah,
I got a camera on just for my safety reasons. If that's a problem, we get you another car. I understand you canceling. No, I'm okay. If you're a normal individual, what do you got to fucking
Yeah.
do? I'm just sitting back here picking my nose, smoking a vapor pen anyway.
yeah.
Doesn't really matter. But I would put 2 cameras for safety. I had an Uber driver pick me up one night in lingerie. A chick that was hotter than death. And I could not figure it out for the fucking life of me. In lingerie. When she came out to help me with the luggage, I was like blown the fuck away. She was Armenian, very hot. With lingerie on.
You mean like legit lingerie?
Legit
like a stripper?
lingerie. Yeah, I didn't say 2 words about it. I made believe like it didn't even
She's a hustler.
I think she was trying to hustle, but it didn't even matter to me. I had a plane to catch. I wouldn't have known what to do with her anyway. I'm too fucking old.
Wow.
Get her a
I
plane
had a
ticket.
woman pick me up with her dog, and the dog was sitting in the front seat.
I've had that, and they're not allowed to.
I know. She said, "Do you
They're not
mind?"
allowed- I don't think they're
It's too
supposed
late
to
now.
pick you up with dogs or other people. in
Yeah,
the
that
car.
I feel. You know what I mean? I don't give bad ratings because it's their job. I try not to give bad ratings.
No.
But there was like someone who like they brought his wife in the car. That was creepy. There was
His
some
wife?
Yeah,
Co-pilot, bro.
that's crazy.
You know, last night I was watching Rocky. Rocky's been on a lot.
I love Rocky.
They had the Rocky, and I thought about you last night. I thought about how you're like sort of one of the Rockies of comedy, Felipe. Felipe, we did a lot of hellholes back in the day, bro.
A lot of them, man.
And they were all fun. Like when I see myself on stage now and I'm doing certain things and different moves, it all started from those little hellholes. You know, I was telling Lee that yesterday. I go, you know, Lee, I don't hound people for stage time. But I tell them, the more spots you do, the quicker you get to the core.
Yeah.
The quicker you do, people write brilliant jokes for the first 5 or 6 years of their life. They write brilliant jokes. They stick to the pattern. They're good jokes, but something's missing.
Something.
And they get like
Your own
premium blend.
cadence.
You get like Montreal.
Yeah.
You get a couple things.
You get
Then
happy.
it goes away, and you're sitting in this limbo. You're sitting in this comedy confused limbo. You're a feature act, but you can't headline because you got no credits.
No credits.
And da 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 da. And all of a sudden, one night, you take this fucking shit gig in some shit town, and you're up on stage and you're telling your well-crafted, manicured jokes, and somebody goes, "Boo, you suck." And right away, you get this reaction, and now you start just talking. And you just start talking with this cadence, with this confidence, and within 28 seconds, you got him. Now it's building to a minute, and you've never done this material before.
No, never. It's all new.
It's just you talking about your mother. Let me tell you something. You think I got fucking problems? You gonna fucking boo me, cocksucker? Your mother booed you at the school play. Let me tell you something. I know. How do I know? Because she booed me too. You know, you just go into this fucking thing, and all of a sudden you get off stage, and it's like 200 pounds have been done from your fucking life. And now you don't even know how to explain what happened. You go home, and you're like, what do I write in the notebook? That was who I am.
Yeah, man.
And all of a sudden, after that, for another year and a half, it fucks with you. Every once in a while, it comes back and forth. You feel yourself there, but you don't know how to keep yourself there.
You don't know, man.
You don't know how to keep yourself there.
You
and
don't
you're
know.
there. You're telling the
You're
story.
too young.
You know, like when you told about the story about your gay brother.
Yeah.
You would never consider telling that story the first 5 years
Hell
of your
no.
life. Because you couldn't fucking back it up. You can't back it up. If somebody said, fuck you and your gay brother, you got to jump off the stage and punch him in the mouth. After 5 or 6, how long did it take you to reveal that you had a gay brother?
Like 8 years?
8 years.
Yeah.
Who the fuck wants to hear that you had a gay brother? Maybe I wouldn't talk to you no more if you said right or wrong.
Yeah.
Because the real you is who's controlling your material, not the person you're going to return. I don't like abortion jokes. But to stop that feeling, I had to say an abortion joke in Seattle. My 5th year, I did an abortion joke for about 3 weeks. Then it got lost by itself. You know why? Because I don't like abortion. I don't like talking about it. It's a woman's choice. Whatever the fuck it is. I don't even like saying the word during the show. It puts a stalemate to the show. But I did it just to get the feeling out of the fucking
Me too, man. I never did one till recently. It's been 20 years.
Don't like abortion jokes. I don't like Hitler jokes on stage. It puts people uneven. Unless it's something, you know.
Good.
Something good. It took me 20 years to say Hitler on stage.
Whoa. It took me 20 years to say abortion on stage.
20 years Hitler. And when Jews say Hitler, it's like they're picking off the low tree to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, go up higher.
Say it.
Don't say Hitler. You're Jewish.
I know. I feel bad because I just wrote one. I know he hates it.
No,
Hitler
I
joke?
don't hate it. I'm happy that you're even thinking that way. I'm happy. You know, I always tell them that I was in shock when I moved out here to see all these Jewish people drive BMWs.
I remember, like,
it's against your core. You're driving the fucking car of people who took your people and made ashtrays and fucking wool coverings out of them and shit and put them in fucking smoke dens. And, you know, I don't understand how you could sit in those people's car, but I guess that your whatever outweighs your history. I don't fucking know.
No, some people still like, my mom won't do it. She won't watch a Mel Gibson movie. There's Jews who take yeah, no, but it's weird because in Israel they have Mercedes-Benz as all the taxi cabs. So it's hard. It's hard, but I think it's all about principles.
Tell your mother to stop. She knows that 10 years ago, if fucking what's his name knocked on the door and said, "Miss Syatt, get the lingerie on. We're going to town to talk about Jews." She's invited.
She was cool with him until Passion of the Christ. Then
really,
yeah.
That's when he said the racial slurs?
No, it was that he was saying the Jews killed Jesus. That was the movie.
No, it's the truth.
No, it's not.
Yes,
the Romans killed Jesus.
Yes, that was
Pontius Pilate sold him down the river, but
that's only one Jew. Had the history of Jesus, and I thought of you.
He was prosecuted for blasphemy by the Jewish people, and then when they brought him up to Pontius Pilate didn't know what to do because he didn't really break a Roman law. He broke a Jewish law, and it was like this celebration. And he goes, "Well, we're gonna bring up Pontius Pilate. We're gonna bring up Barabbas, and then we're gonna bring up Jesus Christ. We're gonna let the people choose who you want, Barabbas or Jesus Christ." And Barabbas was set free, and he killed a Roman, and Jesus Christ was sent to the crucifixion under Roman law.
It's a beautiful thing, Felipe. I didn't know you knew that. Where'd you learn that?
In rehab, bro. I was in Live Again recovery homes, and we used to read the Bible every morning, like have morning praise, and then we'll separate after lunch, after breakfast, and go to like a AA or NA meeting.
How old were you when you were in rehab?
I was 22.
And how long was the rehab process?
I stood there for 6 months. I got out. Then as soon as I got out, I got into a fight with my dad at home. Almost fell off the wagon. So I said, fuck this. I went back to rehab. Before I fell off again for another 6 months. So I stood there for a year volunteering.
No shit.
I was like not a counselor, but I was like a runner. I would drive the van full of men, full of drug addicts, and I'll take them to the welfare office to fill out their welfare, and I'll take them to the clinics. And I was in charge of the van. Sometimes I'll be in charge of the whole camp, like 50 men.
So you went, and is that part of what the homeboy is? Because I've heard you talk about that, and I know he's a pretty cool
Father
guy.
Greg Boyle, he introduced me to a pastor named Jesse Higuera, Pastor Juan, that's his name, and he ran Live Again recovery homes with a man named Bill, and together, even though that they're Christian, Father Greg Boyle knows them, and I know Felipe Esparza, can you let him in? So they took me in right away.
So what's
as
Father?
a favor.
Can you explain Father Greg Boyle? Because he has a pretty big following.
Big following. Yeah.
Father Greg Boyle is like he's a Jesuit priest from Boyle Heights, and he started a little church called the Lord Mission, little tiny church, only like 100 people fit in there, and he started a thing called Job for the Future because nobody wanted to hire people who live in the housing projects. Like if you try to get a job outside, like at the many warehouses around the neighborhood, they'll look at your address and not hire you. Damn. So Father Greg Boyle went to these companies and said, for example, if you hire Joy Diaz, if you hire Syatt, if you hire Felipe Esparza, you hire Tom Segura, whatever, I'll pay them out of my money, but let them work there. So they're actually working for free. But Father Greg Boyle was paying their salaries out of his money. And if you like them in 6 months, hire them. So after 6 months, they'll hire only Joe Diaz. And we sucked. So Joe Diaz will actually get a job there permanently. Okay. And then they'll move us to another job there where pretty much Father Greg Boyle begged them to hire us. So after a while, he made a lot of money, and Father Greg Boyle opened up a bakery. And that way, he hired all the black sheep of the neighborhood, a bunch of people, and then he opened up a silk screen company, and he hired more thugs, and then he opened up a cafeteria. He hired a bunch of women, and that's how it started. Now they have a homeboy bakery in the airport. But what happened was when I won Last Comic Standing, before I won, they were going through hard times. They needed money. So when they asked me on Last Comic Standing, what are you going to do with the money if you win? I said, well, I'm going to give some of it to a homeboy industry. And people saw it. They looked it up. A lot of people gave them money. And I gave them money. So now they're doing great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like one of the things you always hear
I
about,
paid them back,
Right. I mean, how hard is it? Like, is it if you had like the same high school education or whatever as somebody, like is being like a former gang member, like with tattoo, like does that stuff really hold you back as much as they like? Is it almost impossible to find a job, or what is it like?
Well, so some of these guys that like come out of prison, they've been there like for 20 years or 15. I know one kid and one black kid, like, and another guy, right? Like this guy named was Cartoon. This other guy, I forgot his name, but there was one with a Crip, and one was from another gang, and a guy broke down. So those guys went up there to see what's up, but an older guy went up there to rob them. So something happened. The guy they robbed got shot, and those two guys were like 17, 18, 17 years old.
Oh, no.
They did 20, man. They came out when they're 37 years old. So, who's going to hire them? You know, what kind of job skills do you have? If they were gangbanging in prison too. So Father Greg gives them a chance to work at homeboy industry, at a bakery, or a lot of my friends that I grew up with ended up getting jobs in the movie industry.
Okay.
Like that was the first job that he had for us. Like I had a friend named Timothy Record. He worked for Wendy Lieberman, and he worked for Forrest Gump. So he ended up working for Forrest Gump. He was one of the actors in fucking when they were doing the protest for the black kids not going to school. He was one of the black kids. So he was the guy that they helped. Well, he ended up getting killed later on in real life. But at least they helped him.
You know,
You can't help everybody, bro.
it's really hard to understand until you've been locked up or you've made a mistake or you go to a rehab and you come out and you try to be honest with people. Like, you try to be honest with people. Like, you come to a point in your life where you're like, hi, Lee, my name is Joey Diaz. I'm here to apply for the job. I want to be a baker's assistant. And fill out the application, and you have those questions on there. Were you convicted of a felony? Have you ever been convicted of a felony? You have a decision to make, you know. After I did my thing, I never marked those boxes.
No.
I didn't lie, and I didn't say the truth. You know what I'm saying? I just left them open. I had my personal reasons. I didn't want that label, you know. But I have been at places where the guy hires you, and then the word gets out you were in prison, and now people start breaking your balls. It's a really weird dynamic unless you've seen it. Like, I saw it in restaurants in New York when I worked at the Sheraton. The manager down there was a racist white fuck from like fucking, I don't know, they had that transferred him.
Yeah.
And he would always ride these 3 black guys that were busboys. Like, if you don't do your job right, you can end up back in the fucking prison. Don't push me to make the call. And at that time, I hadn't been in prison, but I knew in my mind that someday I was going to prison. And I remember how bad I felt for them, that I would always tell them, one of you motherfuckers should just knock them out. Like, just knock them the fuck out. And it was weird because I had a job for a while at the Galaxy Towers. And they had to give me the job because somebody made a call. But the dude who was my boss from the minute I walked in was like, he didn't like me. And every week he was writing me up for something, but there was nothing he could do. Because the guy who got me the job there, there was nothing he could do. And it aggravated him. So he would pick on me, like little by little. So it's really weird. I know what it's like to get a job, for people to treat you differently because you've gone down a different path. You know, whether you have fucking a tattoo on your neck or you got out of a rehab. So when Father Boyle does something like that, you don't imagine how much progress an individual makes just by making bagels every day. If I give you a direction, all right, the first week you look at it as fuck. I got out of prison to make bagels. How the fuck am I going to hang out with my homeboys? You know what I'm saying? If I'm making bagels. But then something happens. You look at it from a different perspective. You don't want to make just bagels. You want to make the best bagels. Because that's all you got is pride. And that pride, it's like when you go to prison, they have these prisons now that let you have dogs and cats. And they have studies that those prisoners who've made contact with dogs and cats before they get released into general population, the recidivism rate is down. Because now they have something to care about. You have to give the felon, the ex-drug addict, the ex-person who tried to kill themselves, all those people, you have to give them a special treatment. Not hands-on. You got to remind the motherfucker every once in a while, hey, dog, were you the motherfucker that tried to hang yourself with a light bulb and you fell off the roof? Go pick up the fucking garbage. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you crack different jokes, but that's one thing that I respected. Boy.
Yeah.
I read into them.
Yeah.
It's so weird. They have bread at different farmers markets.
Yes.
And I picked up
and
the
chips.
And chips and shit. And I picked up the pamphlets. I always buy the bread. I always buy something. Even if I give it to the neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see him up here at the farmer's market, but I'd always see him at the Hollywood farmer's market with the dude. Who's the dude that came in 5th in NBC's America's Top Comic, whatever that fucking show you watched.
Last Comic Standing.
Last Comic Standing. He was a creepy dude that was an ex-boxer. Jay, great guy. Rogan loves him. I love him. He knows everything about boxing. He used to have creepy.
Jay London. Yeah.
Jay London.
Thank you.
Thank you. On Saturdays, Jay London would take, and Sundays, if you go to the Hollywood flea market, the Hollywood food thing, on Sundays, you see Jay London taking signatures there.
He's badass.
Like 20 feet from Boyle.
He knows a lot about boxing.
Yeah, no. He knows everything about boxing.
Bro, he taught me this move. He goes, there's two moves. There's one you get real close, and if you're tired of boxing, you rest your head on his shoulder. He goes, another one. He goes, you make a little turn, and you headbutt him.
Yeah, he's crazy. But
He's
what a
crazy.
sweetheart
He's
of a guy.
Awesome guy.
But no, every time, because of you, and I read the pamphlet one day, and I remember you mentioning them, whether he's whatever the fuck he is, he did something.
Yeah, he did.
I would love to be a part of a halfway house, like some type of, because I knew when I went to a halfway house, it was a 40% thing. 40% they were really trying, but they left too much of an area of a gap for you to get involved in bad things. So there's more activities you have to give them. There's more things you have to talk about. There's different things you have to talk. I used to hate those fucking men groups.
Me too, man. Especially the one that's all dark with one candle on.
No, I don't do those. This ain't no Swami. This ain't Uja.
This is not the
Ouija.
The Pacoima and candlelight meeting.
No.
I used to go to that one, man.
When I was in Boulder, I was forced
one
to go.
candle, it would hold dark, a bunch of men.
Dog.
Cried.
When I was in Boulder, I was made to go to AA meetings as part of rehab, like the whole.
AA or NA?
I would do whatever, because whatever was easiest.
Narcotics Anonymous.
At the end of the week, it's all the same shit. It's just different wording. So I would go to AA meetings. I went one night to a midnight candle one. Oh my God, I lasted 10 minutes. I didn't even put $1 in the basket. Usually you wait till you put $1 in the basket and then go to the bathroom and get the fuck out of there. You get your little signature. Because you had to go to a piece of paper, Lee.
Wow.
And you had to get a signature from the dude. But I would duke them like 20. Just put like 5 sentences on there for me.
I was...
Those guys are flat broke. They don't give a fuck, those AA guys. For the small 50, they'll sign you away their lives.
I used to go
How do you always have the small 50, though?
Because you're in the halfway house. When you want action, you got to come up with the small 50.
God damn it.
I used to go to the Narcotics Anonymous meeting in White Memorial Hospital every Friday from 7 o'clock to 9 p.m. And I say, I'm not going to come here, man. There's too many fucking gangsters here. But I committed myself to go. I said, somebody was in charge of the coffee and they didn't want to do it anymore. So I said, I'll bring the coffee every week. So they gave me the coffee pot. So every Friday I would show up early and make the pot of coffee. And then they'll give me the money to go buy more coffee. And I was the coffee guy. I never shared shit. I never said anything. I just stood in the back next to some blonde white chola. And she was in charge of donuts. One meeting I was there. I saw a guy talking. And at the end of the meeting, I shook his hand. He goes, "Do you remember me, Batman?" And I go, "Batman?" He goes, "Nobody calls me that no more. You know who I am." "No, I don't." He goes, "I loaned you my car for $60 and you fucking wrecked it. And you just handed me the keys and told me it was my fault."
How long were you involved?
And I said, "You want some coffee?"
How long
And a donut.
How long were you involved with drugs with altogether?
Oh, man, I fell down fast, man. I started smoking pot at 20 years old, 19. And then the next year, I was smoking crack and
Damn.
PCP.
Because 20 is kind of late for...
But I was drinking already, man, at 15 years old. Because, I used to go to a lot of quinceañeras, a lot of birthday parties, dog. A lot of, chivo killings, a lot of goat slaughterings. I used to go to parties, bro, with my mom and dad where it started at 9 a.m. and they would cut up a pig, bro, like a real pig, a whole pig, and have a pit full of lard, and they'll put all the pork rinds of the pig inside. So we're eating pork rind, carnita tacos, bro. And then by noon, they're cutting up the other part of the pig, and they're making them tacos with carnitas, not chicharrón, carnitas. And by nighttime,
So
all that leftover fat, they get that fat and they make a pot of beans.
Nice.
And they make tamales with it, and we're there for like a whole day, bro, eating the whole fucking pig.
But at 15, you could drink in front of your parents?
But no, man, there was a bunch of beer also, but there was like about 10 kids, and we would just grab a beer and then sneak it away. Grab a beer, sneak it away.
Remember when you would drink drinks that people would leave at parties when you were a kid? I never did that shit. You know what it was? I had access.
I would do that with food, bro.
I had access to alcohol, man. I had tons of access to alcohol. If I had friends that would need a bottle, I'd just go up to my mother's bar and take one and put it in my jacket and just give it to them. Like, just go, I don't want you out fucking asking old people to get a bottle. And I'd make my mother scratch at it. I knew I had an extra bottle of vodka around here somewhere. I had so much access to alcohol, and I didn't use it. I didn't like it, Felipe.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. And then we had a bar downstairs. In my house in North Bergen,
we had no bar.
You made a left out. You could either go up the stairs to the kitchen, or there was down the stairs. There was a boiler room, but the people who had it put paneling up like a tiki room, and they had a little slot for bottles, and there was a little makeshift bar with 4 stools. I just never dug it.
Did you have that? Was it right next to that record player that opened up with made out of wood and then lit up?
They had a small record player down there. Then upstairs, they had the record player. This is how old I am, guys. We had the record player in the middle, and then you had the 8-track in the corner, but you controlled everything from the other corner, and it was beautiful. It was a long piece, like a regular desk, like a long drawer, and then you'd slide the case, and the TV would be underneath.
Yeah,
there was no VCRs.
No VCR.
Cable came, and then you had to put the cable like on the floor because you had the turntable here. You had the 8-track in the corner, and you had all the controls for the stereos, and the speakers were in the drawers underneath the fucking thing. So the stereo was a big piece of material.
Because later on, you had to buy the other part, the hi-fi, to make everything sound good.
Did you grow up with money, Felipe, at all?
What?
Did you guys grow up with money?
No, we had no money, man. But
you collect government help?
No, my dad worked. My dad was a welder. He worked at Pike Welding Company. And my mom said that he was one of his company, they welded parts of the Panama Canal. Like everybody in America had a part to do with the canal. So my dad, he welded pieces of it that they shipped to Panama to make the canal. So he had that job for many years, and my dad was a welder for a long time, but he got into a car accident later on when I was in high school, and he fucked up his back.
Fuck.
But then my mom picked up the pieces. She became a assistant nurse at the elementary school, and eventually she was like the school manager at night. She's the one that loaned you balls and bats and basketballs.
How old were they when they had you?
My mom was, I don't know, man. I was born in Mexico. They were like in their 20s, I guess.
God, that's so scary to me.
What?
Just have it like you have to take care of these kids, and you're like I still don't feel ready at all.
And my dad has 7, bro.
7,
6, 7. He has
all
6
together with your mom.
And my mom, bro.
What number are you?
I was like number 1.
Oh, good. Okay.
Like then number 2 came my brother Angel, my brother Fernando.
Do you remember coming over the border?
Hell yeah, bro. I remember getting caught twice. I remember my brother dressing up like a little girl.
Damn.
And yeah, I remember getting caught. That's it.
And what they do with you? No.
Oh man, they locked us up at the San Clemente jail, and then they released us. Back then, it was like Mexicans were like fish, like bass. It was catch and release. So they would catch you getting in, they'll just write down your name, and then they'll toss you back into Tijuana, Mexico.
And it took the 3rd time for you to get in?
The 3rd time, yeah.
And all 9 of you got in?
No, it was I have 4 brothers that were born in America.
Okay.
So it was just the 3 of us. My dad was already here. My dad was already working here. My dad's nieces and nephews and his cousins, they were all working here. They came here like in the early 70s. So they were working at this I think it was a record company, and they pressed records and vinyls. You know, they put vinyls inside boxes and they shipped them, and that was their job. And my dad was a welder. So when we first got here, once we snuck in, I think they took us to like a place where they keep everybody who's illegal, who hasn't paid their smuggler. I guess we sat there for 2 days till somebody paid. I guess I didn't know that. I forgot that we were there for 3 days, and somebody had to pay. So we were in Carson, city of Carson.
And where did you finally grow up in? Boyle Heights?
I grew up in Boyle Heights. I went to an elementary school called Sheridan, and we all lived in one room. My dad, my mom. It was one room and a kitchen. That's it. So we slept on the same bed.
How were the meals?
I don't remember, man. We had a lot of beans and homemade flour tortillas, bro.
Mexicans
and
could live on
chorizo,
$3 a day, Doug.
Full.
They can make it happen. Eggs, you whip
My
them
mom would
up.
wake up in the morning and make 100 flour tortillas, and boil a pot of beans, and then by nighttime, she'll make chorizo with potatoes, bro. And my dad will bring cheese from somewhere, and we'll make quesadillas, eat. Sometimes we'll eat fried eggs with rice and beans and flour tortillas. But we ate good, man. I mean, I never complained.
You think back about those days at all? Is it part of who you are today?
I think so, man. It helped me appreciate meals, not to waste food or time. My dad told me, he would give me advice, my dad would come home dirty as fuck, like a coal miner, black, and hands filthy hot from welding all day. He told me, I don't care what you do in life, as long as you have a job where at the end of the day, you don't have to wash your hands to eat. And I pretty much took his advice, bro. I'm a stand-up comedian.
When did you become a Dodger hot dog boy?
Oh,
before the crack, after the crack?
Before the crack, before drugs.
You were in good shape, huh, Felipe? You couldn't do that job today, huh?
Fuck no.
You'd fall apart at the seams. That bursitis would come back.
That plantar fasciitis shit.
Oh, shit.
I'll be over there with a fucking doctor, medicine guy, massaging my foot. I got a job at Dodger Stadium, man, when I was back in 90, I don't know, the 90s.
Damn.
But I was working I was working at Dodger Stadium when I was in high school. I was a souvenir seller, bro. I used to have a little basket with 7 Dodger helmets, 7 Dodger koala bears, 7 little bats, 6 pennants, 5 cheerleading things.
A partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, and I'd be walking around the stadium going, souvenirs! Get your Dodger souvenirs!
How would you get up there from Boyle Heights?
Before I catch the bus. I was 16 years old, 17. I would catch the bus, and they would pay me fucking cash at the end of the show, at the end of the game.
How much are you walking?
So if I sold a $460 worth of merch, I came home with $80. If I sold 200, I came home with $20. I was getting 20% of everything I sold.
Dude, explain to people who don't live in LA how hot it is during the summer. What was a day game like in August?
100, bro.
God damn.
But see, man, I lost my virginity wearing that fucking clothing, bro. I was working there, bro, and man, one night.
Well, I don't know what you believe. Every fucking baseball season is hot all over the country.
We were.
Yeah, and I don't work
muggy.
carrying stuff around.
Boston's
It's
muggy.
Houston, they have an Astrodome.
Boston Yankees got
Yeah,
to
I
play
can't
in
imagine
death.
being a hot dog
I
vendor.
was at a fucking Dodger game once where Ralphie, God bless his soul, he just
Hey there, buddy.
He just won Comic Standing, and he fucking was spending money as soon as it was coming in, and he got us 3 tickets to go see Roger Clemens pitch against the Dodgers, and we all fucking went, and it was right as the sun was melting us. We were right there where the sun just kills you. We didn't know. And when you get there, we're like, damn, it's empty around here. Because people know not to sit there. Like Dodger people,
Yeah.
it's empty.
They're out there in the
It's
stands in the
empty.
hallway.
He got those tickets like an hour before. Like we could see Clemens' hairs on his nose and shit.
Jesus.
But nobody sits there because people who do sit there with umbrellas and suntan lotion on. We're three fat fucks. Me eating edibles. That's when we were going.
Oh no.
We were going to the store next to Duke's. It was the black people that used to run it on Sunset. They had big chocolate cakes that were delicious. We were at the fucking Dodger game eating cakes, getting stoned, and also at the 3 innings, we're like, bro, we had puddles under our arms. My fucking scalp had a sunburn. I'm like, we gotta go. Now I get cheap tickets. I go twice a year with the kids, and I get cheap tickets. A bunch of us, the kids get together, and I'll tell you what, it's a great time. I get the reserve parking. I walk up those stairs right there. I hook a fucking left. I get on the elevator up, and I have a great time. And I take her with kind of her girlfriends, the church, the preschool, and I'll tell you what, it's a great time. I love baseball season.
Me too.
I just don't go as much as I fucking could. I got to be in New York for a month, and I made Ari a promise that we're going to at least go to one Yankee game and get a $15, $20 cheesesteak. Why not? You only live once. Walk the fucking things. You know, baseball, it's like this time of the year. Greg Garcia fucking hit me up to pick a bracket. The winner gets $7,500, $2,500 cash, and $5,000 went to a charity of your choice. And I couldn't figure out who to pick. I didn't even know who to pick. I mean, Duke is the obvious one, North Carolina. But there's always that come from behind team.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers that squeak each game by one.
Irvine,
UC. Are they still alive?
No, they're done.
They're done, yeah.
Next year, Anteaters.
That was the only.
But they were on.
That was the only California
rooting
school
hard.
that made it, right?
Yeah.
How many teams are we down to now?
I don't know. 16? Uh-oh.
It's a sweet
The
16.
Sweet 16, baby.
That's why, yeah. It was pretty exciting. I watched a couple games. I saw fucking Duke just kill somebody. I saw fucking Duke just bury somebody.
I think I saw Duke on their first game when they buried somebody.
But I saw somebody else bury Seton Hall that were white kids. And me and my wife looked at the school where it was. It was an all-Christian school. Bro,
Hallelujah.
These motherfuckers were playing old school white basketball.
BYU maybe?
No. This is Stroudsburg, South Carolina. Like, that's how small this... And it's not called Stroudsburg. Don't quote me on that. Whoever beat Seton Hall in the first round. Look who beat Seton Hall in the first round.
How many times they were disciplined?
Let me tell you something. They played white basketball to the T. The defense, the passing. They had a white kid on there that was, and they probably lost by now because they were just too small of a school. So whoever beat Seton Hall in the first round.
What kind of offense they were running? Probably a squad. But they were doing a lot of passing, huh? Playing like a Midwestern team.
Slowing things down. Seton Hall, they had a kid that was putting up jump shots without even fucking looking at the goddamn thing. My buddy, I want to thank Greg Herenda over at Fairleigh Dickinson University. He got to the first round. Listen, like I talked to Billy Herenda today, and I told him, your brother's got nothing to be ashamed of. Just getting to the NCAAs is something. Greg and I go back to the 8th grade, summer of 78, going to 5-star basketball fucking camp. So for him to even make it to the fucking, who'd they lose to?
Warford College in Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Spartanburg.
Dog, and who'd they lose to? The poor guys.
Let's see here.
See if they lost already, because they're great, but they're going to get beat up by a bigger, more physical team down the fucking line. But this, for me, when I watch this...
Yeah, they lost to University of Kansas, I think.
Yeah, that's it. They played somebody like that.
Oh, no, Kentucky.
Yeah, that's fucking...
Unless this was last year, I'm fucking freak out.
Is that the Cardinal Lobo?
So like I was saying to you before, when I watched the movie Rocky, I think a lot about you in the comedy world. You're like a true fucking Rocky at comedy.
Good.
Like they had so many other Spanish comics doing that thing.
I was out there sweeping.
And it's not that you were out there sleeping.
Sweeping.
You were out there doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that's creeping while you're sleeping. It's going out and doing 3 spots a day, and you never complained. We never talked. In those days, you and I never spoke about acting. It was
Never.
all, if you remember our original conversations, it was always about where we were going to do a spot that night. Where's the spot tonight? Dog, I got no money. Where's the spot tonight? Well, let me make a call. And you would call some...
Call Fly. Yes.
Call
Casa
Fly.
Latina. Edwin San Juan. Yeah, that.
You know, it's just... I don't see that anymore. I mean, I'm not in that circle anymore. They're probably... they don't want to call me because, you know, what the fuck am I going to call him for? He's going to say no.
$40.
Yeah, $40.
To do Liam's.
But who books Liam's?
I don't know. You know, the kid finally lost a room.
Out there?
They don't have it no more.
In Ontario?
Yeah. He lost it. It's done no more. No more Liam's.
That was a long...
Dude, he booked me one time, paid me $150. Then I saw the flyer. And it was next week, Jamie Walker. What the fuck?
What about the club we would do up north? The crazy kid that had the coked up girlfriend, and they would do coke?
Stockton, right?
No. There was a room you and me used to do an hour out. He used to call Josh Wolf. He was friends with Josh Wolf. He paid you $130 to headline on a Friday. But he had a girlfriend who was hot, and she was a cokehead. And he would bring you up, and he'd start doing coke. By the time you got off stage, him and her were coked up to the gills. They had a little bar, and he always paid a weird amount. I can only give you $115. I can only give you $111. You know what I'm saying? I can only give you $118 tonight. I got coverages. And you took the gig. It was an hour away. You said the Comedy Store at 11:30. But I've never remembered. And I know...
San Bernardino or something? Or, no?
Right up the corner, Ventura. You and I discussed it. Because the girl, we did coke with the girl.
Oh, I know you're talking
She
about.
was a hot white girl.
It was a room over there up north, and the kid.
It was Ventura, and you had to
Ventura.
make it right. And it was
805
dark.
comedy.
Yes, 805.
Hey, you know that guy you're talking about? I saw him in a documentary. He does pretty good air guitar.
That's always great.
Yeah, 805 comedy. He had these two white chicks.
There was a couple 805 comedies. There
Yeah.
was the Russian kid who was scamming people, who finally,
I know who
his
that is,
last
too.
scam was the Santa Barbara victims, and he had Brody go up there.
That's the
God
Santa
rest
Barbara
his soul.
room, bro. I did it with Joy Medina.
Yes.
It was a little room. It was
And then they
no hotel room. You gotta leave and drive back home.
They had the college up there.
Yeah.
That you did. And once he got fired, you got $1,000.
Remember the Coach House?
Where was the coach?
The Coach House was in Santa Barbara on the Wednesday nights. Italian Dante used to book it. Me and other comics used to always go there. I would do the Coach House there and the Coach House in San Juan Capistrano. And the same guy, he had a room at the Galaxy Theater. And I did it with Willie Barcena.
The Galaxy Theater was where?
In Santa Ana, California.
Yes.
Thursday nights. It would pay $200.
And it was not a steakhouse, a dinner theater.
Yeah, dinner theater.
A dinner theater. It's still there.
It's still there, but
Nobody does comedy.
nobody does
Every
comedy.
once in a while, somebody pulls a comedy. That'd be a nice place for you to get going.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
That same guy was booking the Coach House in Santa Barbara, the Coach House and San Juan Capistrano on an off night, and the guy.
You'll take a beating the first night, but I mean, you got to
And
do
they're eating
it.
dinner during the show?
You
No,
know,
they
whatever.
finished dinner.
They finished dinner.
Okay.
It's and they're in levels. It's doesn't seat a lot. Maybe 200. That's one of the first times I became friends with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
We would be friends from the fucking Comedy Store,
Clyde was the name of the guy.
Clyde. And it was very light, our friendship. And then one day we were both stuck on traffic. And when I look over, he's parked next to me. And he looks at me and goes, "Where you going?" I go, "I'm going to the Galaxy." And he goes, "Oh, you're working with a friend of mine tonight. Tell him I said hello." The guy was headlining. I was featuring. But they did not like me at all. They did not like a dirty crowd at all. The Galaxy, in fact, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, I opened for Rogan there before the UFC. We did a show there on a Friday night before UFC. And I remember going there going, "Oh my God, I was here before." I forget the kid who used to book it. For me, it wasn't Clyde. He was a kid that's still around. That one night made a weird statement about me in front of me. and we had to shut him down because he said that if he worked,
Not Ricky, right? The Latino guy,
no, this guy
or
was
not Ricky Ortiz.
No, this guy was a white dude, and he said, "You're lucky."
Bob Perkel.
No, he goes, "You're lucky I'm not going because you won't be able to follow me, and I know I could definitely follow
Oh my
you."
God.
And I remember Chewy looking at him, going, "You're out of line," and walking away. And that Thursday, the dude was nowhere to be found. He was talking a bunch
What
of
did
shit.
you do to him?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't do. What do we want me to do? To him?
I don't know. It
I
sounds like
wasn't It's the type of thing that you go, let's see if it's true. I'll see you there Thursday. I'll fucking do my dirtiest set and I'll throw you the fuck off. Or I'll come out here with the energy of 10 fucking prisoners just let out
Yeah,
of jail.
man.
And you're not going to be able to follow that. So why would you make a statement? And he's still around. I still see him in
don't know
stupid
who that
fucking
is.
movies. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
He could get hit by a train.
How about Blythe and Brawley? You know them Brawley for Patrick the Gear or that
Where is
Papa
Patrick?
Chulo?
Where is Patrick the Gear?
I have no idea, bro. Somewhere selling his
be,
T-shirts.
No, he's got to be blind by now. By now, he's got to be blind.
Bro, he was blind and Willie didn't tell him make it.
He was blind 10 years ago, hustling more than people that had eyes.
Hell yeah,
I
he
never
had
disrespect
rooms.
I never disrespected him for that. He'd get there.
Hey Joey, I got this Navy pier. I'm gonna pencil you in.
Oh, yeah. He always had fucking rooms. Dog, if there was an opportunity for a room, I respected those guys.
Hell yeah.
There was a time where you those guys at one time, you're like, Jesus Christ, what? And all of a sudden,
Him and Wally Wong.
all of a sudden you got to go back and go, wait a second. They're offering me money to apply my trade. He always had weird gigs, but they weren't the Garden. They're not the Comedy Store. They're not the Improv.
Weird
But
gigs.
it was a gig. What about the fucking gig that the guy was weird as fuck? And he used to book Wednesdays at the Irish Bar in Huntington Beach, or one of those beaches. He was from Boston. He was really creepy with a beard. He booked that, and he booked What's Above, if I'm going to Simi Valley, what do I pass? A club that they did a Latin show.
Northridge?
No, they did a lot of
Calabasas?
No, they did a show there, a Latin show on Sundays for a while. 125. Who's the guy that died with the prosthetic leg? The
Fucking.
Vietnam vet, the Cuban dude. God
yeah.
rest his soul. He was.
He used to have the goggles.
I don't know if he had fucking goggles.
No, he used to wear those big eyes. He used to sell little bubble eyes.
No, that was a different. What was his name?
Old guy?
He was going blind. He had thick glasses. He would host at the Laugh Factory. And one day I actually pulled up, and his face was in the poster, looking to see
Frankie Carrasquillo.
Frank Castillo.
Frankie Carrasquillo. He moved to New York.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, he was Puerto Rican.
He had big, thick fucking glasses.
I mean, guys,
all right.
You cannot.
He was fucking blind, bro.
He was blind. Him and Patrick.
This guy was
Patrick
blind.
was a little bit more blind than Castillo, but Patrick till this day gets the utmost respect from me and appreciation, because I'll never forget watching him. Remember towards the end, his wife started coming. He had kids.
He had kids.
He had kids. And he was up there with the fucking stick, calling and doing open mics, and I would bump
Playing Madden.
I would bump into him in places, and he would be really serious about his trade. Like, he was really fucking serious. He wasn't lighting the world on fire, Felipe, but you look back and you go, Jesus Christ, I remember getting inspired by him.
Man, I remember he booked me one of those shows, and he big fat fucking dinners, bro. Like a fucking fat steak, shrimp, fries, everything, right? We're eating, and this person across from us having a heart attack, and he's dying. And then everyone stopping to eat, and I looked over at him. Hey, Patrick, are you gonna stop eating? The guy's dying over there, bro. I can't see shit, man. I can't see him.
So do you feel like the Mexican Rocky of comedy?
Hell yeah, man.
Like where you came from and how slow the process was?
It was very slow.
How slow was it until you got the last comic?
It was when I got to Last Comic Standing, I've been doing comedy, 9 years, 10? And now I'm at 22.
That was 12 years ago, last comic?
Yeah, 2010. They were 9 years ago.
Jesus, that went quick, Felipe.
Yeah, but you learn, bro. Like I learned. Like I was headlining, but they pushed me out there. But like you say, like you learn, bro. Like I remember bombing one time, and I was looking at the audience in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was like 38 people on a Thursday, and then I said, you know what, normally if I was doing comedy for like 2 years, I would think that I was bombing tonight, that I sucked, but nah, you guys sucked. You guys sucked. You guys failed as an audience. You guys suck. I'm good. You guys are not great. Because you are not ready to even be in a fucking open mic room. This audience is not even ready to be in a bringer room. Like, you're not allowed to get invited to a bringer show. Then I got the crowd back, bro. Because I really felt that they sucked. I didn't suck. I did my job. These jokes work everywhere but here.
Do you blame the crowd sometimes?
Oh, as jokingly, yes.
But deep down, you're like me. You blame yourself.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I blame myself even when the crowd, when I'm killing up there. And when I'm killing, but later on in the room, I feel like, nah, man, you cheated. You went back to your old jokes, or, you did something bad. Like,
what do you think about that, going back to your old jokes?
I feel like for me, it's a cop out, like, and I know that people are not going to laugh as hard, because they already heard it, but I know there's some who haven't heard it. But then I feel like, I listen to the set, then I hear these old jokes that I said.
Let me ask you something. You go see Santana today. When was the last time you went to see Carlos live?
Carlos Santana?
Yeah.
Never.
The first fucking 45 minutes of Carlos Santana, he does two things. He talks your fucking ear off, and he plays music you don't even want to hear when you're dead. You understand me? Then the last 30 minutes, he does a rendition of Como Yo Como Va, blah, blah, blah. And that's when you look around and you see people going crazy.
They're coming back with a fucking butt in their belts. I'm taking a shit.
The other day, I'm fucking driving, and I heard Black Dog by Led Zeppelin, the most played album in the history of the fucking world. And I'm sitting in at one point, I hit a light, and I caught myself being a taken back. How come when you go see a musician and you see their set list, if they got 15 songs, 12 of them better be motherfucking ones I know from the previous albums. You want to play your new shit, save that for the farmer's market.
Yeah,
you know
man. Saying? Hell yeah.
Do you think that works for comedians?
Hell no, because when you're doing comedy, there's a surprise element at the end.
Yeah.
You're just surprised. You're surprised that Joey said fucking teabag, But when you hear it like over and over, there ain't no more surprise. You're just smiling now.
No, that's why I give myself so much time in between cities. Because you never want to... I don't want them to see me. Like, people go to the same cities the same time every year. It burns me up. Like, I got material since the Netflix special. Thank God. You know why I got it? Because I'm not sweating it. When you're sweating material, it won't come to you.
It won't come to you, man.
When you're not sweating material and you don't give a fuck. If I come to you and say I'm going to give you $10,000 to fucking do a special on August 15th, you're going to want to fucking be writing like John Mulaney. You have a gun to your head.
Yeah.
I need 18 months and I'm going to come up with 2 hours. I might do a CD this summer, like in August, just to get this hour done and start on another one until I hear what's going on or whatever. But I got to tell you, I asked you in the beginning if you were going to shoot a special. I'm not too thrilled in specials no more.
No.
I think that I think it's time for us to come up with something different as comedians.
A movie.
To refresh, a movie. I think it's time, but not like a scripted movie. Something different. Something that mixes the elements of animation, your family, where you came from, and excerpts of your comedy. I think because people are listening to podcasts and they're knowing who the fuck you are now, that now they understand when they see you and Lisa by the pool cooking a fucking cake out of carrots or whatever the fuck you do, Yeah. You guys at Trader Joe's trying organic apples.
I get excited, Joey, like when I know you don't do Thursday through Sunday. You do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But
I do Thursday.
I love
Friday,
Thursday,
Saturday.
bro.
Thursday
is my night.
Thursday's my night.
Thursday, you might hear jokes. You're not gonna hear it all week.
You're not gonna hear all week.
I'm gonna forget them, but I'm gonna go over my set.
I love Thursday. Always
bro.
have.
Thursday's my best show.
I don't mind. Like this week, I have to add a
Saturday. Got to be tight.
I had to add a Thursday night late show in Pittsburgh because it was overwhelming. But I usually like Thursdays.
Thursday's
one
fun.
night. You know, and I hate when they come in and they go, how much time are you doing on Thursday?
And we don't know.
Does it matter? Maybe 1:15 because I'm going to try everything that's in that notebook. And I'm going to find out what
You
presses
feel
what
like
buttons.
you feel young, huh?
So now the first show Friday, you chopped it down to 50. But now the second show, you rotated something.
Bam.
And now the set is tight.
Now it's cooking,
Now
baby.
Saturday, they're fucking ready.
You're feeding
to
it to
knock
them.
out. Ba, 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 ba. I love
holding
all
back.
that shit. I love that whole
You could back kick them,
science of
get
it.
them in the.
That's why I love that. Felipe.
Yeah, I love it, man.
How you know that the Comedy Store Mall behooves me? I know you live far from there, but Felipe, if you're in town for the week, just call in for Tuesday and Thursday and do all 3 shows. Do the main room, do the original, and do the belly room. They'd love to have you.
Who do I call?
Call fucking the fucking thing called
Duncan Trussell.
no. Call the chick that I forget what her name is.
Emma?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
Her name is in my phone. You call her and you go, can you put me on belly room shows on Tuesday nights? They'll put you on both of them. You do the original room and you do Sam Tripoli's main room. That's
Bam.
4 spots. That means you can rotate your jokes in 4 different situations. Take a bombing.
Yeah.
You're probably bombing the belly room for the 10 show, but you're tired by that time.
Yeah.
That builds comedy endurance. You don't know you can lift 350 pounds until you try it. You go to try it, you go, shit, I can lift 280, but I got to get up to 350.
Yeah.
It's the same concept. I love, when I was doing my shit with you, when you and I were running hard in the early 2000s, we were doing 3 spots a night.
3 spots. I remember one time I did 15 spots in LA in 1 week.
Oh, yeah. That was the...
Remember that DJ with a fucked up hand? He got me a couple of DJ Ruben. He got me a couple of gigs. I got a couple of gigs at the Steven Steakhouse. There's always the money there.
Always $75. Always
$75.
somebody and a bad piece of meat. Oh my God,
It was bad.
It's just a little better than steakum. It's like it's like the guy hasn't died yet, and somebody cuts.
Or then
a piece
that
of
one.
his leg off.
Then remember they had Camachos for a while on a Sunday.
Oh my God, Camacho was tremendous. Camacho is one of my favorites.
Packed, right?
I love that.
Packed for a fucking Sunday.
Bro, Camacho's. I asked somebody picked me up the other day from Uber, and I go, "Where are you from?" He goes, "Lakewood." I go, "Is the hop still there?" And he goes, "I don't know what you're talking about." He was a young kid.
Yeah.
And I explained to him that 10 years ago, the hop on a fucking Wednesday night, they used to sell tacos outside. No gloves, Lee. They would give you a coupon. You could either have a coupon for 3 drinks or a coupon for tacos.
We would get there.
Fucking tremendous.
We will get there early, bro. Get fucking high outside in the parking lot, come
think
inside,
it's
eat
Pilot.
tacos, and watch Thursday Night Nitro.
It's pilot for Bombardier time for Lee. Something's hitting him. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was comedy and a live band.
My
Soto.
brother.
You know what's hitting me.
The good is hitting you. See?
That's
No more Smokey for Lee. He got asthma last week. He came back with 20 stories. They gave him a bottle of cough medicine with codeine.
Good cough medicine.
You think he brings it in to share with his friends? No. He's a half a fruitcake. You think he'd bring in and give us a shot of cough medicine so we could beware of the bronchitis he's going to give us?
my brain doesn't go. I'm not hoarding it. Who thinks to bring in cough medicine for somebody?
You should have it on you just for little sips with fucking like Zambuca.
They say you can't drive on it. So
Kombucha.
And you believe that shit? Do you believe everything, Lee?
I try to. Why would they lie to
Oh
me?
my God.
I drive around the neighborhood, but I'm not gonna drive fucking.
No, you could drive from there to there on one fucking thing of fucking cough medicine.
It's good.
Do you really read the labels and stuff?
No, they told it.
You know what this guy told me?
What?
He goes, I'm thinking of going to a strip club. I just called to see if they had a cover charge. He called the strip club to
I did.
see if they had
I had never
Cover
been to one
charge.
before.
cover charge. This is what I deal with, ladies and gentlemen. On a Saturday night in Buffalo with
Wow.
no window to jump out of. He called the strip club to see if they took a fucking... even if they did let you in for free. What do you think? They're going to let you see those hoofers for free?
No.
You got to take $1.
No, I know. I
10 or
got. That's why I
20 out
didn't
of your
go.
pocket.
That's why I didn't go.
Can you imagine that, people? What I got to deal with? This is what I got to deal with.
Come on, Lee Syatt. Lee Syatt doesn't make it rain. He
You
makes
gotta
it
lift-
partly
oh,
cloudy
oh my
with
God.
chances of
Yeah.
I
participation.
didn't bring the cough medicine because the label says not to drive. That label over there with the edibles says not to do dick.
Yeah.
I still got to go to jump up and down and take my daughter, and I got to go pack. I got to go to New York. I got shit to do.
You know how many forklifts I operated
How many?
after eating pills,
Jesus
chewing
Christ.
Oxycontin?
Fuck, that's how you learn how to drive your best. Nobody's gonna know nothing. You go down the.
You're more sure of yourself when you're
Yeah.
inebriated, man.
Not
Oh
me.
my God!
You
He'll
check
stay here till
everything. You put your
midnight.
seatbelt on.
He'll
Everything.
be in here till midnight today.
Probably.
He'll be in here till midnight today. What do you want to make a bet? What dates you got coming up, G Money?
I'm gonna be in Arlington Improv this weekend, Thursday through Sunday, and I'm gonna be in. Check right here.
Where can they go? What's the
Go to
website?
FelipeWorld.com
Because I'm gonna
/tour.
remember all the fucking dates. So just tell them where to
You have a
go.
legit wall calendar.
Yeah, no. Look at
April 4th through the 6th, Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm going to be April 18th through the 20th in Tacoma, Washington with Rachel Wolfison, Rodrigo Torres, Johnny Roque. We'll be there for
Rachel
420.
Wilson put a picture of her up today. She's a beautiful young girl.
She's funny, bro.
She's a beautiful,
I didn't even know
funny young
her
girl.
father, her mother is a judge who put OJ in prison,
Yeah.
in jail.
She looks like her. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
tell. I heard about that about her. I got to get her on the show one of these times.
She's pretty cool.
Felipe, you're one of my all-time favorites here.
What's up, boo?
Beyond the comedy, you're one of my brothers. Don't forget to watch The Dirt, because he says
I'm going to watch The Dirt.
at the end of it, he looks at all four guys and he goes, I don't care if Motley Crue ever strums a note again. I just want my brothers back. And that's how I feel in comedy.
Hell yeah.
I want my brothers back. I'm happy you come down here. How's the podcast doing? What's up, fool?
What's up, boo?
On all things
Podcast.
comedy.
It's doing great, bro.
You know what? If it wasn't 100 degrees, I was going to wear your sweatshirt. Your sweatshirt fits beautifully. on
Thank
me.
you.
You got comfy
I'm
sweatshirts.
just waiting for the right opportunity, if you know what I mean.
Wait for the snow.
So we could, if you know what I'm saying? If we're going to bust it out, we're going to bust it out on something big.
Bust
A
it out
movie,
right.
Something. Felipe Esparza, I love you to death. Me, I will be in Pitt. Only available is 4/4, 10 o'clock for Pittsburgh at the Improv in Homestead. You know I love you motherfuckers. I can't wait to be there. And we added a second show at the Paps Theater for 420.
Badass.
The Reefer, and 419 is sold out in Minneapolis. And that's it, and that's that. Real quick, I just want to run you down on something, because you know me. I love our sponsors. Our sponsors are the best out there. We start off today with Robinhood. It's an investment app. It lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free. That's just a starter. While other brokerages charge you up to $10 for every trade, Robinhood doesn't charge any commission fees at all. So you can trade stocks and keep all your profits. Again, profits. Plus, there's no account minimum deposit needed to get started, so you can start investing at any level. Its simple, intuitive design of Robinhood makes investing for newcomers and experts alike. View easy to understand charts, market data, and place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. Just 4 taps, and you're making money. You can also view stock collections, such as the 100 most popular stocks. And with Robinhood, you can learn how to invest in the market as you build your portfolio. My wife loves this. You discover new stocks, you track your favorite companies, and you get custom notifications for price movements, so you never miss the right moment to invest. That's important. Robinhood is giving the church family, listeners, the Church of What's Happening Now, a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help build your portfolio and get you started in this world where I think you should start making some investments. So sign up today at church.robinhood.com. Oh, the Sweet 16, you motherfuckers. It's time to make some fucking Guinness. Whether you're filling out a bracket, picking a national champion, or predicting the first round upsets, all of the above, my bookie is the fucking perfect home for March Madness fun. If I had a horn, I'd blow it right now. Anyway, will Zion Williamson and his teammates cement their legacy at Duke for the title, or can Virginia get past its loss to 16th seed last year? And can Kentucky get back to the Final Four? Who the fuck knows? My bookie's got the fucking answers. If you know the answers, or if you even don't, my bookie is the place to get in on the action. They got something for everybody, even you, multiple bracket fucking guy. Anyway, my bookie has been in business for years. Their goal is to give you the best customer service in the business. And the best part, They pay when you win. I'm talking 48 fucking hours. Bet with the best. Then kick back, enjoy the fucking March Madness while you watch your picks make cash. That's it. So what I'm going to do is, I want you to put a little deposit in with my bookie today. It's Monday. I know you got the money. You were saving it to go take the girlfriend somewhere. Fuck her. You're going to start with my bookie promo code CHURCH for a 50% sign-up bonus. That means you invest a yard, you get an extra $50. That's promo code CHURCH. With my bookie, you win, you play, but most importantly, you get your fucking money, which is the best thing ever. You understand me now? You're ready to start a new business. You want to make it stand out. You're going to get started with Squarespace. You think it, you dream it, you make it. And with Squarespace, destiny is calling you and it's telling you, you need a new website. Make it with Squarespace. The future's coming. Make it brighter with Squarespace. You want to keep dreaming or make it a reality? With a website from Squarespace, the world is your oyster. You're like, Joey, why? Because you could turn your cool idea into a new website. You could showcase your work, and you could blog and publish content right there. Right there. Beautiful templates created by world-class designers with a powerful e-commerce functionality that lets you sell anything online with the ability to customize the look, the feel, the settings, the products, and more with just a few clicks. Nice and easy. It's got a built-in search engine optimization, free and secure hosting, nothing to patch or upgrade ever, and 24/7 award-winning customer service. Where are you going to get that? Listen, cut the BS. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial. I'm telling you, free. All right? And when you're ready to launch, boom. Use code word CHURCH, CHURCH, to save you 10% off your first purchase or website or domain. It's that easy. Sign up right now today for a free trial, and when you're ready, Squarespace is there to deliver the goods. That's squarespace.com. Enter church, okay? I want to thank Squarespace. I want to thank my bookie. And I want to thank my main people over at Robinhood for putting this together. I love you guys with all my heart. Felipe Esparza. Go to Felipe Esparza.
Felipe Esparza, Felipe'sWorld.com/tour for all the dates.
All your dates. And listen, support this guy when he comes. Your brothers.
What's up, Pooh?
When you're in the East Coast, go see Felipe out of respect. He keeps his tickets low out of respect for you. Go see this guy. This is a talent that you cannot fucking miss. You understand me? Don't make me fucking repeat myself to you. I want to thank the Flying Jew, a.k.a. the Christ Killer, the original. But most importantly, I want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to come into your fucking living rooms or your fucking
thank you very much.
Earplugs once or twice a week. All right? I love you guys. Thank you very much for listening. All you could do is be a little bit better today than when you were yesterday. Let them all suck your dick. If you ate 3 Vikings yesterday, eat 2 today. You're a lot better off than what happened yesterday. Stay black. I'll see you motherfuckers Wednesday morning with a tremendous podcast just like this one. Lee, kick this fucking mule, cocksucker.